sons, you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Boom.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time moves on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shade my smile.
Okay, today is March 3rd, 2021, and it's 3:24 a.m. Okay, 844 subscribers. Welcome, new subscribers. This morning, not this morning. I sort of stopped recording quite sometimes. Yesterday, I didn't record anything. But there's a video, CNN video, I want you to hear partial of it. Some of it had to do with a lawmaker who's having some issues. I think I brought his issue up before. It's Matt Gaetz, is a U.S. Representative or lawmaker in Florida. Or is he a representative or a senator? It's one of those, of Florida. And he's having some issues with underage girls, allegedly. All right, so I think in one of my videos I showed a recording, a video of him doing, explaining his side of the story on Fox News. So for those who, like in the UK, who follow me, this is what's happening if, for instance, Prince Andrew, were to come in the U.S. to be testified and stuff like that, because it involves underage. One of the things I've always said in the U.S., whenever it involves with underage, minors, kids, children, okay, the law enforcement doesn't play with that. So I'm going to play a small portion of that interview on CNN for you guys. There it is.
The messages are very clear. They say, meet me here at this time. I can give you $1,000. Now, the men might argue that the money in those messages would be for something else. But again, keep in mind it's the women who are saying that they were paid for sex. So the messages could not be clearer, at least that people were meeting, that they were meeting in a hotel, and that money was going to change hands. We also heard a lot about the drug use that happened in these, in these encounters with both Congressman Gaetz and with Joel Greenberg. Now, keep in mind, of course, I would reiterate that Congressman Gaetz says these things did not happen. He vociferously denies any of the unsavory characterizations of any of these meetings. But what the women are saying is that there were a lot of drugs used. And these are the sorts of elements that I think that prosecutors are going to look at to decide where the line is drawn between dates and in payment for sex.
So, Dave, you hear Katie's reporting, right? I'll pay you $1,000, meet me here, to multiple women at different times, different hotels and locations. And then she just mentioned the drugs. And in Katie's reporting is that Gaetz and others would take ecstasy as an example before having sex. How important could this be to the case, this drug use?
Good evening, Aaron. I think where it's important is that it is something of value that is provided in exchange for the sex. So that gets you to sex trafficking. You have to show whether it's cash or drugs or hotel rooms or flights or expenses. I don't think it goes any further than that, because I know some people say, well, it shows a level of coercion. But when it comes to child sex trafficking, you don't need force, fraud, or coercion like you do for adult sex trafficking. But when it comes to child sex trafficking, you don't need force, fraud, or coercion like you do for adult sex trafficking. When it comes to minors, they've got a lot more protection, and the law is a lot broader. Now, I think also where it matters is to prove that Matt Gaetz had sex with the underage girl. That's the key to this case. You either need the girl to testify, you need to have documents like the one that Katie was referencing that show a pattern of payments about the same time that hotel rooms were booked, or you need Joel Greenberg to turn state's evidence. And now that he's sitting in a jail cell waiting for his own sex trafficking trial involving the same 17-year-old girl, he may want to play let's make a deal with federal prosecutors.
Well, it's hard to imagine why why at this point he would cover. As you pointed out, just to be clear, Dave, I mean, the prison sentence for these things, if convicted, is many years, right? Many years. So there'd be an incredible incentive to turn in your buddy if that would reduce that, right?
Absolutely. For Joel Greenberg, he's facing decades in prison. Matt Gaetz, if he is charged with child sex trafficking, he will be facing up to life in prison. There's another element here. There's a conspiracy that could be charged, depending on the facts, because Greenberg was charged with more than just sex trafficking. He was charged with identity theft, wire fraud, and all these other things. Matt Gaetz could be charged with a lot of those same things if it's shown that they engage in a conspiracy. Then Gaetz would be just as guilty as Joel Greenberg for the crimes that Joel Greenberg has allegedly committed. So for Gaetz, there's no good outcome here. And even if he survives it in a criminal justice system, it's still terrible for his political career. I don't see how he survives politically. He would be lucky just to avoid a lengthy prison sentence here.
That was a pretty.
Also, one of the things that came to mind while I'm editing this video is the fact that in one of my old videos, I've always referenced to it where how the Russian does to entrap people into sex act and, political opponents and all of this. And I think this is something that just happened, where they tried to entrap them. Look who they were hanging out with. Another Trump's buddy. I forgot his name. He was in jail, but he got pardoned by Trump. So when you look at Matt Gaetz' record with when Trump was in office, you'll see how this aligned with Trump kind of thing, the things that I've been saying. All right? So I won't be surprised if there are more people like him, more Republicans who are in office right now who in the same position as him. It's just theirs haven't surfaced yet. All right? I'm not surprised by any of this. All right? Where they don't mess around with underage kids. All right? When it comes with sex trafficking and things like that. All right, this Palmer report, again, that has to do with the same thing when I first started that video regarding the CNN thing. Mike Gaetz staff exodus began as scandal worsened. All right, so this is the guy that I was talking about, okay? And I can't imagine any staff wanting their name linked with Gaetz. Not something I want to put on a resume. Okay, Gaetz is enhance his resume for Fox News or to be on staff at Mar-a-Lago. Okay, or I hope it's to drive the ball picker cart. Unfortunately, he appears to have enough wealth that he will need these women staff to sue the family into oblivion. Okay, when Beavis leaves Butthead, he will all rejoice. Oh Lord, hey Beavis, Matt Gaetz, people living here. Okay, his political career isn't over. Okay, he represents Florida. That's true. That is true. Okay, and they should really hope he doesn't have them telling lies to the FBI. I'm telling you, in Florida, you see how people who's going to the mile for Trump, who've done so many nonsense. My goodness. All right, let me go to the next tweet. All right, and then the other thing I want to share with you, it's different type of protests. What's going on in Georgia? So because of the law, the anti kind of bill that just passed to prevent people who's going to vote, to prevent them from getting water or food for standing on long line and stuff like that. And this is another form of protest. All right, here's a small clip on CNN that Bob Coster was talking about with John Lennon regarding Major League Baseball. And I thought it was very interesting. Okay, so here it is.
So in response to Georgia's new law that makes it harder for people of color to vote, Major League Baseball moving this season's All-Star game out of Atlanta, the commissioner explaining the decision in the statement saying Major League Baseball fundamentally supports voting rights for all Americans and opposes restrictions at the ballot box. The Atlanta Braves, who were going to be hosting the game, saying that they are, quote, deeply disappointed, adding that they had hoped our city could use this event as a platform to enhance the discussion. So let's have a discussion now. Hall of Fame broadcaster Bob Costas is here, CNN contributor. Bob, I love having these conversations with you. You always give us such nuance and such great information here, and such a great perspective. This is really a huge decision from Major League Baseball because at the same time that we're learning tonight, the PGA Tour is planning to keep the Tour Championship in Georgia. Give me your initial reaction to all of this.
Well, there's so many aspects to it. One that strikes me is that until relatively recently, baseball was not as apt as a sport to weigh in on social issues as perhaps the NBA, the WNBA, the NFL. But that all changed. I mean, last year was obviously a time of reckoning, and it continues. There's a players' alliance now in baseball, made up primarily of players of color, primarily African-American players, but also widely supported by white players around Major League Baseball. So there are still some people who are going to say, stick to sports, stick to sports. But as we've discussed before, Don, there is a long history of athletes using their platform to register a point of view and to be, in many cases, effective and in some cases even profound. The question is going to be going forward on a case-by-case basis, is this always the right sort of approach? There may be some people who are in agreement overall, have some differences with some aspect or differences with the approach. You know, Stacey Abrams has said she has mixed feelings about it. You can understand how the Atlanta Braves feel about it. There are people who feel that this is taking some economic opportunity away from those who would benefit from having a big event like an All-Star game, and some of those people are relatively lower on the economic ladder. So I understand those objections, but the larger point that's being made here is that, as Daniel Dale pointed out about an hour ago with you, yeah, you can claim, as Governor Kemp did, that there are certain provisions within this bill that will enhance access to voting. But in the overall, on balance, it actually restricts voting, and it's clear that it will most negatively impact people of color and people at the lower end of the economic scale. And so this is what baseball has decided to do. Now, this is also different when you talk about the PGA Tour, you talk about the Masters next week. The Masters is only in one place at one time. Baseball can move its All-Star game, and it will, to someplace else. So these players are still going to play in an All-Star game.
Yeah.
There's more to this, but I decided to cut it short. I'll leave the link of both videos that I showed on the description. But one takeaway with this is that when you look at the overall aspect of this, one day of moving, or no, I think the All-Star usually take, what, a weekend or something like that? When you look at the overall of it, okay, one weekend, okay, it's not a big deal for those people who's gonna be suffer of a lifetime of this kind of oppression. Okay, this is what I mean, where sometime where if you have to take a day off from your job to go vote or things like that, at least that moment where you decided to risk it all for the greater good. Okay, one paycheck, if you lose one paycheck, it's fine, rather than losing your right to vote in the long run. Okay, where you could vote for someone who fight for you, who will fight for you to have a better paycheck or things like that. So this is one takeaway from that. All right, check the description for the links. All right, so I did bookmark some stuff yesterday when I was just chilling. I mean, so many things going on. I can't sleep right now, so I said, let me just do some recording. All right, so let's see what this Myra said here. I've just finished rewatch Game of Thrones, go on TikTok, and this is the first thing I see. I think I'm going to watch it again. All right, I started watching it. I stopped where the episode where they're saying it was all dark. I didn't watch that one. I was like, what's the point of me just listening to people and stuff like that, not seeing anything. So that's that. I'm probably gonna get flagged if I even show it. All right, let's see. Let's go on my bookmark. All right, I see I have up to 24 of them. All right, Prince William is grieving. He feels he has lost his brother and his best friend. I think I respond to this. Let's see here. I like when this type of stories gets ratioed. Prince William is grieving, quote, he feels he can no longer throw his brother and sister-in-law under the bus. Fix it for you. All right, he could blame only himself. All right, what this says. Okay, according to the British press, William cut off his brother a while ago. William said over a year ago he and Harry were, quote, separate entities, and, quote, live with it. Huh. My goodness, this is from Richard Palmer. Nobody in the royal family or the royal household is supporting Harry and Meghan at the moment. I'm telling you, the squad have received. Even the couple's aides seemed embarrassed by their actions. William, who dropped his brother like a ton of hot bricks earlier this year, and Charles have distanced themselves. See, all of this, that was October 8th, 2019. Phew, it's been a while. Oh, now they're changing their tone? What is this now? Okay, Prince William, Harry, and I are now separate entities. So what are you whining now? You thought your brother will be suffering? That you'll have a good time and laughing? The table just turned. My goodness. Prince William, Harry, and I are now separate entities. I remember reading this part. I've put my arm around my brother all our lives, and I can't do that anymore, Prince says. I remember reading this. Okay, that was January 12, 2020. The Duke of Cambridge has expressed his sadness over tension with his brother before Monday's crisis summit at Sandringham, called by the Queen to decide the future of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. All right, you guys drop him like they said, like a hot brick. Everybody distanced themselves, hoping, okay, that Harry will do what he is being told to do, and then for him to call back at them where they are in need, where Harry and Meghan are in need. Well, forget Meghan, because they already said they don't need Meghan, but they didn't say that, but sort of how they sort of backstab her in a way. But they were hoping Harry will call back to them. So the table, Harry just showed them that he doesn't need them. So now all of a sudden, this is what they're saying. Some idiots. All right, let's see here. Oh, break my heart and cry me a river. He only has himself to blame and all that garden he did. Those are roses. There's one reply to this. Exactly. They were gleeful to share such article. Now he misses his brother. What a dumbo. Okay, there's more receipt. Let's see here. They removed that. My daughter knows people who knows them well, and he's absolutely. William was deeply involved with Rose Henbury, and his staff traded stories about Meghan to prevent stories about the affair being published. Apparently, Meghan told Kate she shouldn't put up with it. My goodness. Okay, I don't believe for a second Meghan said that to Kate. Nothing about her even hint that she involved herself in other people's personal lives. But yeah, I think I will believe this person, the Crown Royal, okay, where she doesn't believe this statement. Because if you think about it, they keep their distance. All right, they move out of Frogmore. They move out of Kensington Palace and they move into Frogmore. So there aren't really that much, interaction. Not to mention, they don't remotely appear to have even been confident. Okay, I call BS on this. That's true. Look at this. They even removed the name, so they know what they're doing. Okay, best friend. He took more than 4 days to call her after Harry admitted to the world he was struggling and is hurt at the lack of support. A few weeks, if you count, saying his mental health was affected during the James Corden interview segment. Okay, he went too far. I was so disappointed William. Okay, Harry supported his marriage and courtship for Kate wholeheartedly, but they didn't do the same for him. Yep, that's the thing. Okay, William fundamentally betrayed his brother. I hope he asked for forgiveness. At this point, I don't think there's any forgiveness. Okay, they move on. Okay, there's no way you could believe any of them. Okay, should have been nicer to his brother then. What he's actually missing is the protective shield Harry provided. He is not enjoying the exposure. That's true. Okay, Will and his Stepford wife always try to position themselves as victims, while in reality, they're hardcore perpetrators who use others as cover to hide their sins. I feel sorry for their kids and what they're learning and illuminating from white supremacist parents. Well, Egghead should have protected Harry and Meghan and not thrown them to the wolves. Now Egghead has to actually do the real work now that Harry is no longer his scapegoat. Guess he should have treated Harry's wife and son better. That's true. Victimhood suit him. Let him stay in this space forever. Okay, how many comments is there? All right, this goes for a very long time. So let me read four more from here. This PR story is so obvious. I thought is so LA, so woke to express feeling in public about life in UK royal circles. He lost his favorite two punching bags. Not the same thing, William. He should have been a better brother. All right, he should have let the relationship rip. LOL, that's some funny shit. Sexiest bald man is at it again. I guess he will be in the news every single day. Well, that's some funny shit. Make this go viral in the world of Mike Tyson. Let me go to the next one. Next tweet. Okay, what is this? Alright, this person will Malcolm Nance. This. Can you imagine surviving the insurrection and dying at the vehicle checkpoint months later, upsetting as F? Alright, that had to do. This guy, I follow him, Malcolm Nance. He is. Okay, let me read his bio. Okay, U.S. intelligence for 36 plus years, expert terrorist strategy, tactic ideology, torture, Russian cyber, 4-time New York Times bestseller, author, Navy senior chief, Jedi master, MSNBC. So he a commentator for MSNBC. So I follow him. He has a YouTube channel where sometimes he put his interviews that he does on MSNBC. So that's pretty good. And the other thing is that he usually tells things that's going on in terms of tactical things, like where he could read between the line in terms of political aspect of things. So it's a good person to follow. All right, so he's talking about the thing that happened, I think, yesterday. That, let me see, April 2nd. So that was yesterday. He tweeted that. So something happened on Washington, D.C. yesterday, April 2nd, where somebody got killed. So that's the thing here. Let here Jim Jordan tell us again that the Capitol doesn't need security. Okay, I try not to follow too much of U.S. politics, so I don't get too depressed about things where you think things should be moving forward. People, putting stop to things that will make the country move forward. So, yeah, so that has to do with the thing that happened yesterday. All right, so it's distressing to hear another death at the Capitol. In the Mid-East, I worked at a place that had vertical barriers as well as a huge cylindrical barrier, the wall up from the road, a high wire gate, and a locked turnstile protected the site. There were blast-proof bunkers with gun ports on either side to protect the guard. My goodness, so these are the people who's at the front line. So someone at the Capitol died. I thought it was the person that they shot who was trying to get over the barrier. Okay, I thought they shot him. So I don't know if, was it someone like a guard died. So I'm not going to say too much here. All right, that's it. Next tweet. Okay, the British press is a criminal institution. Okay, another article reporting on a Muslim charity, the time is found to be untrue. Okay, the Al-Khair UK and Ahmed Qasim have been paid damages and legal costs after being falsely accused of colluding with human trafficking. The article has been removed. So this is the thing here, another false thing that's going on here. All right, correction and clarification. Oh my goodness. I mean, what is wrong with these people? Okay, and quote, charities accused of helping smuggle migrants to Greece, end quote. Well, December 2020 reported allegation made by the Greek authorities that Al-Khair Foundation, a charity based in England, had colluded with human traffickers who were assisting Somali migrants trying to reach Europe, including in one incident which led to the death of a number of Somalis in the Mediterranean. We accept that these allegations were and are untrue, and we apologize to the Al-Khair Foundation and its trustee. We have agreed to pay damages and legal costs to Al-Khair and its founding trustee, Iman Qasim. Look how small they put it. I'm pretty sure when they first put this probably was front page and bold. Nobody can miss it. And then look at this. All right, look at it, how small they put it here. Okay, IPSO regulated the time take complaint about editorial content seriously. So how come you didn't, when Harry went and complained to them? This is the same organization I spoke about where Harry went and complained to them regarding the newspaper. They just turn a blind eye. And this is why Harry keeps on suing those newspapers. All right, because those regulators did not do anything about it at the first glance, the first time Harry went to them. All right, we are committed to abiding by the independent press standard organization IPSO rule and regulation and the editor's code of practice that IPO enforce. Requests for correction or clarification should be sent by mail. Okay, feedback, they underline this, or by post to feedback. The time, 1 London Bridge Street, London. My goodness. I mean, they probably had to go to court for this. Okay, let me not assume, okay? I just saw this and I thought it was good to share where, they lying and now they have to pay up. And then look at how they're making their correction. So small. I'm pretty sure, again, they're not going to put their correction in front page and big, bold like they usually do. Let's see here. There's some comment. Yes, how long before something is done? They cause real damage to real people. Okay, it's frightening, unbelievable, hard to view it in any other way seriously. Okay, unbelievable. Next tweet. All right. Harry did active duty twice in Afghanistan. Enough said. Was that a retweet of something? So she retweeted that. Who will win in a fight? Colonizer edition. Okay, so her response here is Harry did active duty twice in Afghanistan, none said. All right. All I was thinking is the video where Harry was climbing the rope, and then you have him going across that wood plank with helmet, and everybody down there was trying to hold him. Oh my God, Harry, the other one, can fight his way out of a paper bag. Harry will map the floor with Baldy. Next week. Okay, this is why Archie and baby girl Sussex will have the superior gene. So yeah, I think People magazine came with this picture. I'll go into it. I'll search for it in a few. There's some pictures that came out about Harry. My goodness. This is nice. I like it. Okay. I don't know why, but I have this feeling that she's going to be the Windsor to inherit Diana's baby blue. Okay. I can't wait to see her. That is, if her parents allowed us to. Okay. They are so cute. Next tweet. Alright, let's see here. What did I jab in for? Okay, this is US thing. I'm gonna skip that. Alright, so I wrote here as a note, this is worth sharing. Abolish the monarchy is said to see blacks are playing along with the racists. It reminds me of our history where ancestors were contributed to our slavery. They sold us out literally. Alright, so I don't know. This is a note I put on the side. This is what I was thinking. Where, okay, when the entire world is telling you the same thing, you may just want to pay attention. And I think I comment on it too. Let's see.
I am so angry about the situation between Meghan Markle and the UK.
Nobody asked for my take on the British royal family, but here it is anyway. I think they've got maybe about 5 or 10 years left before they get disbanded. They're completely antiquated. The world is changing. They're inherently racist. They're inherently classist. They're not in alignment with the modern values that we have now. They are an outdated institution, and it is literally a matter of time before a UK Parliament votes to abolish them. I think that Meghan, as a mixed race woman, could have been the thing that saved them. I think if they'd embraced Meghan, they would have bought themselves another 50 years or so, but they haven't, and they're going to be gone in 10 years, and they deserve it. So there.
I am so angry about this situation.
You see? Alright, let's see here. I agree with the point about Meghan. I have said it myself. They will have gained some new admiration from all type of people. They didn't realize that, and it will be their undoing. So this is what I wrote here. Okay, don't forget Harry told them that too. Well, Harry is not heir to the throne. What does his opinion matter anyway? They failed to recognize that Harry is a team player, not a selfish. Okay? Alright, so this, oh wow, I got 2 retweets and 9 likes. Okay, young generation and UK seems to be different than older ones. Sip it slowly. Okay, young people are onto the scheming UK royal family. The world belongs to the young, old folks with its change. That's right, I've been saying that. Okay, and we see through the BS and don't want it. I hope the noise or displeasure get louder. All right, this is the thing here. And this is the thing that I said on my note, where it's very sad to see some black Brits, even if it's money, sometimes you have to reject money. Even if you don't want to say what they want you to say, at least reject the money and don't say anything at all. Is that you see some people are going on national television, discrediting what Meghan was saying. I mean, it's very sad to see that. And this is why I said, back in the, during slavery time and stuff like that, there were some other blacks who were selling other blacks to the European, okay, for them to be enslaved. So this kind of things where you see your own is backstabbing you. My goodness. Okay, Well, they have Piers Morgan on their side. I do believe by the time Queen Elizabeth has passed, so will the monarchy. Agree. Piers is the only media personality who voice echo outside the island, but even he is fighting an uphill battle, and he's too problematic for his antics to have long longevity. Okay, I hope you are right, because an institution built on the tears, blood, and suffering of other human beings should not be in existence today. The monarch is existing today on the back of taxpayers. Some cannot feed their children. Okay, I've said some of these before too. All right, it's on its last leg, and quite literally on our last nerve, and will with all these things happening at the same time and coming together, they may have played their last game. Only time will tell. Okay, I've said this. The people who are advising the royal family are advising them to their own peril. And the people who are elected officials, I think they're doing some there are times I think this way, and there are times I sort of question it. But there are times where this is where those politicians are in position or trying to make things so difficult for the people, for people to actually cry out and say they don't want the monarchy. Where, instead, what the monarch should have done when the elected officials are doing so many bad things, or not giving, to charity, not helping the people to feed themselves and all of that. This is where the monarchy should have come in and provide food and shelter for the people. But instead, they're taking in. They can never have enough. It's just take. And then you get, they're taking away from the people. Politician is making life miserable for the people. And then at some point, they have to scream, and the people have to scream and say they don't want that. All right? So sometimes you come across some tweets where you feel like the people are not listening, or they're blind or something like that, because many of them are not coming out to speak. But when you come across some of those posts and you see individual who's putting their voice out there, it lets you know, okay, these are some few who don't have a mic like the others, who feel exactly how I originally felt what they're trying to do. All right, I hope I make sense with that. All right, let me read some few more. All they had to do was treat Meghan fairly, not be racist toward her, and not use her to pop up others. Guess that was too much to ask for white supremacist establishment. Okay, everyone knows that. Everyone, even the haters, knows that. Good luck to them. I wish they go to 5 years. Okay, 5 minutes. All right, battle lines have already been drawn between Charles and William. Can't wait for it to all start playing out. It will be the battle of the Wales 2.0. Okay, and the sooner it happens, the closer we are to seeing the end of this antiquated institution. All right, if only the British media thought long term about Meghan and Harry. I mean, just think about it. The media is also part of that. Okay, they don't want the monarchy. They doing all of this is that they trying to get people, they're pleasing the royal family, and at the same time they're trying to get people to scream, to get upset. But it's taking many of the Brits quite some time, because they've been under such hypnotism they can't get out of it. Okay, they haven't seen it yet. Some already seen it. Okay, but no, they had to go all short term and be like, they're stealing our cookies, go away. All right, when she said that, I'm thinking, there's a picture, animation that I saw where someone has, a whole bunch of cookies, and someone is trying to get one last cookie, and the one who's trying to get the last cookie doesn't have any cookies, and then the one with the whole bunch of cookies is who too trying to get the last cookie is calling foul on the other one. I don't know, it just remind me. I hope I come across that picture. She's right. It's one of the reasons they are so envious of Harry and Meghan. The Sussexes got out of it in time before it all crumbles. Okay, just look at some of my old videos. I've been saying that. Okay, but true, because the Z generation will not have it. That's right. I've talked about this also. The royal family score on goal with Meghan's scandal. Gen Z will not tolerate this mindset in our society. All right. She was so embarrassed. She was at Christmas before the wedding. Prince Charles walked her down the aisle. Her mother was embraced as well. This is hype. Okay. The public love her until her recusum. Yes, embrace and love. They deserve it. Pick choices. Okay, neither father or son doesn't fit to be a king. And that's on period. All right, no lies detected. Spot on. Okay, I so agree with her. Maybe before 10 years. All right, you tell them, baby. Well said. The simple truth.
Here's hoping.
Okay, let me read here. 80% of Brits are monarchists. Let's not forget that tabloids are the most read and circulated paper in the UK. This tell me everything I need to know about the sizable portion of the Brit people and their monarchy. They last over 50 years, I think. All right, let's see here. The young generation is not checking for William, Kate, or Prince Charles. If they were, Prince Charles could have been prepared to take over from his mom, but his mother don't trust him, and as for the public, they don't like him like that. Furthermore, the royal supporters are Queen generation. That is true. Okay? All right. When you hear all those people with the mic, you will think it's all Brits, but it's not. Okay? He is prepared to take over. Courtier call him the Shadow King. Power transition has been well underway. BTS. Okay? And Harry made it abundantly clear. His dad called the shot. Okay, he handled the money and the power. Liz and Phil are almost 100. Charles is the unofficial regent. Okay, thank you. It's what we all have been saying, so true. Your take is shared by millions. The fact that no one has anything in common with them says it all. All right, so that's it. There's more, but I'm not gonna read all of them. Okay, I just did this. Next. Okay, our Father who art in heaven, deliver Harry and Meghan Archie and his coming sibling, Grandma Doria, and all their supports group from all evil. We pray in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. All right, so that was a prayer I came across. Next tweet. All right, been over 1 year with this squad, and you all still never failed to amaze me. I saw that. I thought that was really cute. Okay, hug coming your way. There's the squad. All right, these are all everything for a hug. I remember when this first came out. Okay, I was going to put this GIF under your tweet before setting for the one that Mia Squaddy has tweeted under this one. All right, all these are hugs. Who hurt you? All right, squad goals. How they all change. Now they're all mothers and stuff. I'm the one who jumped on top, LOL. I'm the one who jumped on top. Sending virtual love. I hope you receive it soon. Sending virtual hug. All right, next tweet. Okay, Harry and Meghan's secret wedding before the big day. What is that? All right, spot the difference. Let's see here. Prince Harry and Meghan had just one official ceremony, says Justin Welby. So that was March 31st. There's the other headline. Harry and Meghan's legal wedding was royal ceremony, not secret event, Archbishop of Canterbury said. In the bombshell-laden interview this month, Meghan told Oprah Winfrey, okay, quote, 3 days before our wedding, we got married. No one knows that, end quote. To be honest, I'll take those two headlines over this one, which is solely gaslight. What is this? Prince Harry, Meghan were not married before public wedding, Archbishop confirms. My goodness. Can you imagine? Look at even Yahoo News, GMA, and all of this. They're everywhere. They got people everywhere to do their bidding for them. That's crazy. Okay, old news, why is it still being rehashed? All right, yes, omission and misinterpretation. Okay, it has been a full month since news of an interview and just a few days shy of the interview airing. If this is the only takeaway from the entire 2-hour program, it speaks not just volume but tons about the UK and their priorities. So blatant lies and unusual versus journalism. Okay, next tweet. This had to do with Clever Blend. All right, Emma Hinchcliffe, okay, editor, Fortune magazine, broadsheetfortune.com, Emlens, okay, substack.com, before, okay, she, her. All right, let's see here. Quote, we knew this was going to be a big moment for us, but we didn't predict it was going to be as big as this was. Okay, that's Clever Blend Hannah Mendoza tell me that what it's been like since Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, invested in her startup. All right, so I'm not gonna go to the article, but let me just read what it says here. Okay, Hannah Mendoza, the CEO of Clever Blend, says interest has exploded since the Duchess of Sussex backed her instant battle, okay, latte startup in 2020. All right, because we came across a lot of squaddies who share, those who order that share their love for Clever Blend. Okay, don't miss the video interview with Clever CEO and our Fortune magazine. Okay, taste test, Fortune cooking show coming soon, video by Daniel Hens. All right, so there's a 3-minute. Okay, this is from Fortune magazine. We knew this was going to be a big moment for us, but we didn't predict it was going to be as big as this. Okay, here's what it's like when Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, invests in your startup. Let's see here. So I might interfere in between, so I don't want YouTube to flag me. All right, let's listen.
I formulated all of our products in my home kitchen, and it actually took about a year of formulation to basically get the taste and texture of something that replicated what someone would get at a coffee shop.
That's Hannah Mendoza, the CEO of Clever Blends.
Clever is a wellness company that makes functional oat milk latte blends upgraded with adaptogens and probiotics.
And Hannah's company is the latte brand that Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, invested in.
Having the Duchess as a mentor and as an advisor has been amazing.
I just learned something new here. So Meghan was helping her, advising her, and mentoring her. I didn't know that. Okay, so let's listen some more.
So smart, she's so passionate, and she also has such a good heart. And so, for me personally, that's had a huge impact.
I got to ask Hannah all about her latte company, as well as bring some into the Fortune office for a personal taste test.
Cheers, yay! We have 4 flavors. These are the 4 flavors that Clever makes. There's matcha, golden super latte, coffee, and chai. They're made based with oat milk, so it's an instant drink that you add water to. You can add oat milk to the powdered oat milk to make it extra creamy, but I think we'll start with water. These bags, they're not cheap. They're $28 for 14 servings, which does come out to like $2 or so a serving, right? You know, cheaper than going out for a latte every single morning.
It looks really good. It looks better than Eddie instant coffee that I would make without frother.
That's true.
It smells very sweet. But it's actually not.
It's not?
It's not sweet, at all.
So I would like to try the coffee flavor, so I'm gonna go for that one next. Reishi, probiotics, coconut cream, ashwagandha, and lion's mane.
What's the logic behind the mushrooms?
Lion's mane is a mushroom that is particularly renowned for its effects on our brain. It can really help with cognition, it helps with memory. And then ashwagandha is another one that we use, which is actually a root. And then reishi is another mushroom that we use, which again has been used in Chinese medicine for thousands of years and has a really calming effect on our central nervous system. It's also incredible for immune system, which is obviously very poignant in this moment.
I feel like we all need all of those things right now, so it could be good.
The cure-all.
Have you ever had a golden milk latte?
I don't think so, no.
It's like a turmeric latte, very flavorful and bright and yellow and sunny.
Ooh, pretty.
And this was actually the flavor that we know that when the Duchess of Sussex, when she invested in this company, it was in part because she had tasted this herself. Somehow it got to her and she really liked it and she reached out to Hannah, the founder.
Okay.
So I feel like we have
So
to try
high
this one.
expectations,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I like this one.
Is this your favorite?
This is definitely my favorite by far.
Okay. I think we should rank them and rate them based on the ways we tried it. But keep in mind that you could make them lots of different ways, so your experience might be different than what we tried. My personal ranking for these is number 1, the golden latte,
That's
number
the
2,
one.
chai, 3, matcha, and 4, coffee.
Number 1.
So the first one who rated it liked what Meghan liked as well as number 1. Let's see.
One for me is going to be golden. Number
Same
2
for her
is
too.
the
She likes
chai.
the same.
3 would be the plain coffee flavor. And finally, the matcha is ranking 4th for me.
You know, my goal in 5 years is to have a direct relationship with every single, farmer and farm partner that we're working with and have a completely transparent supply chain. And then, of course, there's the kind of more fun day-to-day stuff, which is I want to continue to be making products that bring value to people's days and make people feel good.
That was very interesting. Let's see some of the comment here. I'm not gonna read all. Okay. So that was this. Great article and product. Love the matcha and golden. Need to try the other 2 flavors. Lovely that Meghan always uses her platform to uplift others. Okay, amazing. Do you know when they are expanding to deliver in other countries outside US and Canada? They said they're working on it, but it's but this year apparently. I mean, with all the thing that's going on with the pandemic, you could see how things is being a little bit hard. Look what happened to the Suez Canal, where that ship sort of blocked the whole thing for 5 days, 5 or 6 days. So these are, a lot of things that's gonna take place unless if they, ship them by air, and that's probably gonna be even I don't know how that worked, but anyway, let's see. So inspiring for a small company to get global icon on board. Good luck with your fortune venture. Okay, I'm proud of Meghan for becoming an investor and mentor for Clever Blends, especially since it's a female-based business putting out healthy products. I'm glad that it's seeing a lot of growth and I hope it becomes even more successful in the near future. Bravo once again, Emma. So the video of you girls trying out the drinks and thought it was really fun. All right, so there's more stuff. Let me go to the next one. Okay, I'm trying not to go an hour here. Does Harry want to make Meghan double pregnant? What? That has to do with the picture with People magazine. Okay, I wish they were my parents, and I said whatever they want, we'll love them. Okay, squaddies, I would love to see how Harry can you DM please. Okay, that's from the People magazine thing. All right, let me go to the next one. Okay, next tweet. All right, this is so disgusting, I don't even want to show it. Come on. All right, next tweet. All right, this is a prayer. With strong faith in you, your words, we come daily to pray for Harry, Meghan, Archie, Baby, and Doria. We pray for health, safety, and victory. May you bless all their project partners and supporters, destroy their enemies and their evil plans against them. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Okay, great is our Lord and mighty in power. His understanding has no limit. The Lord sustains the humble. The Lord sustains the humble, but casts the wicked to the ground. Psalm 147, 5-6. Okay, so there's the squad. Amen, amen. Next tweet. All right, there's Myra. Okay, sometime I'm sitting just minding my business, and then I remember that Harry and Meghan are having a baby girl. Sometimes the way she put it, I'm just sitting there minding my business, and all of a sudden I start thinking about look at the picture she put. Those squads are crazy. That's her just crying out of nowhere. Oh my God, she's gonna have a baby girl. This one is more hilarious. This is my mood all day, every day. The thought really just pops up randomly. The mood. My quick question, please. Can you confirm where Archwell Foundation Company was registered? Is it in California or Delaware? I know the trademark name was registered in Delaware, but I'm not sure if the company itself was registered in Delaware. Okay, I'm trying to get a receipt. Okay, I actually not sure, to be honest. I'll try find out and let you know. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Cannot wait to see our little Precious. I mean, why can't she do that? Find that herself. She could find that herself. She doesn't have to ask people. I mean, I guess if you want a quick answer, but I don't know. All right, next tweet. All right. Family issue, Harry and William emotion. Okay. Why is this private matter in the public sphere? Also, for believers, best friend means an eternal scapegoat, pasty, and laborer. Okay, I went over this already. Okay, Prince William is grieving. He feels he has lost his brother and his friend. All right, so I went over that already. But that's me responding. Okay, it's Cry Me a River time. When nothing sticks, go for the emotional route. Hope it sticks. All right, that's pretty much that. They're trying to make people feel somewhat guilty. When nothing sticks, go to the emotional route. If he stand in front of the BBC and carrying, I still will not buy what he's selling. Yeah, that's he's trying to see what will stick. That's all. Yep. This is just a palace PR to make people feel sorry for poor sad Willie and put the blame on Harry for leaving. Okay, I know I was being faceless. All right, the squad knows. All right, next tweet. Again, that's the thing about Meghan. Why Meghan Markle lies about you know what? Let me just move on. Okay, I will post my daily prayers for Harry and Meghan in a few minutes. I'm kind of sad about Haiti. And my church, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. Okay, I have a Haitian account where I pray for my country and people from time to time. I bring Haiti to this stance account so that more people are aware of the situation. So when I saw this, okay, and I was like, what is going on in Haiti? And I went and Googled. All right, that was on my phone. I was just sitting, my kids already giving me some problem. So yesterday I was in a different set of mood. I didn't record anything. So this add up to the things that I was going through. I mean, I was a bit down yesterday. Okay, just because I create videos here, I'm not always uplifting and stuff like that. All right, so my kids were giving some problem, but I was just on my phone going to Twitter, and I came across this, and it says something about Haiti. So I went and Googled Haiti or something, and I saw some stuff, a couple articles, and something came to mind. I know I'm not a huge channel, and I'm not, mega thing. So I don't see, you don't hear the news talking about Haiti as much. I mean, I brought Haiti up several times, and, I don't want to come across like I know everything that's going on in Haiti. Okay, I was in Haiti in 1986. That was the last time I was in Haiti. So I don't want to come across like I know everything. So anybody who come across an article that is about Haiti that you feel like I should share it. Okay, I have the channel. You see me, I talk about variety of stuff. All right, so I want to, if an article talking about Haiti you want me to share, please put it somewhere in any comment section and put the link of that particular article, and then I'll share it with you. If I do come across it. And then from time to time, if I come across something, I probably will read an article here and there on my own for you guys. And then please don't come after me like I know everything. I do not know everything about Haiti, with the exception of certain things. All right? So I don't want people to blame me. I just want to shed light on things, because I'm hearing there's like kidnapping, ransom, and all of this. You don't hear any of that going on the news. All right, so that's from the article that I read yesterday, and I was so devastating. What is it? You're hearing things about physician is being murdered, people being raped and so many things. Okay, I don't want to say it on top of my head just in case I'm wrong, but that's what I read on that particular article that I came across. So you don't hear CNN talking about Haiti. You don't hear MSNBC, ABC. That's some news outlet in the U.S. None of them are talking about Haiti. So as small as I am here, all right, it's one more voice to let people know. All right, there's 800 something plus people who's watching my videos occasionally. All right, so at least these people will know what's going on, and who knows, they'll share it with other people and let Haiti needs to come. Let's shed some light on Haiti. All right, so let me know and what you think about it, and please do not come on me like I'm not a political person. I don't study social science or none of this. Okay, I might give my opinion here and there, but that doesn't mean I know everything. All right, so let's just put our voice together in a way to shed light on the greater good. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so that was that. When I saw it, I went and look what was going on. Okay, next tweet. Oh my God. Okay, if Princess Anne said it, then they are indeed a racist family. When I saw this, I wasn't sure what's going on. Okay, I took that as more than one conversation with the same person. What is this? Okay, I can't see that. Okay, but I can't see this. I read there were a couple of events with principals where the Queen and Anne were the only women who speak to Meghan. Eugene must not have been there, as she's always been nice. Anne could still have said it, though, but I think it was William. Okay, so I don't know what's going on here. So something must have been said about Meghan. I'm not surprised they are trying to put the blame spare Princess Anne to protect the heir, or future heir. This has been Harry's life. I pity the Spears and the family. So the thing about the racist thing, they're blaming it on Princess Anne. They blame it on Princess Anne. I mean, if this is not opening Harry's eyes to much brighter to see how he was being used now that he's away from it. When let's say you go to a museum, you look at a painting, when you look up close, you see all those mess, all those brush line, it look all messy. But when you move back, all right, you move back away from the painting, you could see it much better and clearer how nice it looks. So this is what I'm seeing here. Harry, who is away from it now, he could see how his life was being manipulated when he was there. Okay, maybe while he was in there, he didn't see it because it was ingrained in him. He was manufactured to be the scapegoat for his brother. So now that he's away from it, he could see how he was being used. Okay, he's the only one who I'm telling you who's gonna put the country back together, because he's not saying everything. Because I'm telling you, Harry is one person. If you tell him a secret, he'll keep it. Okay, I'm sure William said it, and is not that close to Prince Harry to have such a conversation. It's William 100%. Look at all those outing that he did after the interview the squad were calling it. Nobody did say his name, but he took it upon himself to go and meet black people. So what happened now? He's not meeting any more black people? So the heat had been off? Now they're blaming it on... my goodness. You could see all their nonsense, and they don't stick to their stuff. You would think, after that being said, at least every other week or something, make some meeting to meet some black people. I don't know, emergency black people like the squad called them. But instead they're just shifting to another. All right, as if the situation has already been resolved. Okay, this is just to try to shift the blame away from Chumley and Baldy and Keane. They are all complicit. All we see, okay, and we all see through it. That's the thing here. Anne was probably one of many in the royal family who questioned Archie's skin color. I still say it was William. Okay, what was said, the article black to readers in my country. Okay, so Anne had several conversations about the color of child's skin. See, this is the issue with the convenient reframe of Harry and Meghan's word. They spoke of several conversations, the content of which we know nothing, just an idea of the topic. What power will Anne have for those? So, which means Harry and Meghan were telling the truth. So now they're shifting the blame. They're not refuting what Harry and Meghan said. So, which means it's true. All right. I think she has quite a lot of power within the firm, but I haven't met anyone who believes she made that comment. All right. I believe she's a scapegoat. There it is. Anne and Harry aren't close enough for him to have that kind of angst about it. It was William. Okay, and any interaction with Meg, Anne always smiled, made eye contact. Meg did the same. The person who refused to look at Meg ever was Will. Okay, at the end of the last Commonwealth service, Meg gave the back of William's head a smirk a mile wide when leaving. She hates him. There's a good reason. Okay, I saw this and the reaction was deep within me. Okay, this is a cover-up, or haven't they taken down Colin Campbell? Yes, I refuse to call her lady. Anne has agreed to do this to cover up Charles and William. She doesn't care if people hate her. That is true. Okay, I don't think it was Anne. Campbell has made this up. Oh, so that's Lady Campbell who made that thing, that article. I'm not gonna click on it. Like most things she writes, okay? Why do people believe anything Lady C claim? Okay? Anne ain't said shit. Billy and Chucky said that mess with their whole chest. It's cowardly for them to let Anne become the fall guy. It's the way they do, don't you know? Okay? It wasn't her. It was definitely Willie. Lady C has been told to make up stories to protect Willie. No, she made it up herself. None of the world has any contact with her. That's what you think. All right. What was it in one of her videos? She said, when she said for Harry and Meghan to zip it up or something like that, there was something she claimed that the royal family told her or something like that. I'll look at that video.
It's William's birthday and Father's Day, and Harry and Meghan have dropped the most deliciously awful birthday present in Prince William's lap, because they have both waded into a political row, which they are not supposed to do. And a former senior member of the royal household has been on to me.
As someone on Facebook wrote, Anne cares more about horse DNA than people DNA. She didn't say it. I doubt it was Anne. I'm convinced it's William. Where are you getting that from? DM posted an article where Lady Campbell said Anne probably said something to the effect of skin tone, but made it sound like it was a reasonable thing. Absolutely no way anyone else could have said it, helping the British royal family toss another spear away. No one believed Lady C, so LOL. Okay, don't think so. Swapping a word, not buying it. The future has to be protected. Hope I'm wrong. Okay, all I can say is what? What am I missing? Boring. She talks like that. I still believe it's William. Prince William said it. You can't fool the squad. The squad could read between everything. Oh my goodness. There's like, nope. They're throwing another spear away. Alright, next tweet. Alright, since the Oprah interview, I have heard everything from the wedding to what should have Harry or Meghan done to make their family lives better. I also seen grown people tell Meghan what to do with her father. Let me explain something to you, expert. And family psychology, wrong. Okay, it is true that under the best circumstances, families are complicated. But if I learn anything from my experience, is that at this basic level, respect, love, compassion, and loyalty should be there. Meghan's situation with her father reminds me of what happened with Rihanna and her dad, and how he tried to make money off her success and name. Obama and his half-brother doing the same thing and went further to enable the birther conspiracy. Or even when you hear the story of some NBA players when a parent leaves and comes back when the child has money and is successful. Unfortunately, Meghan's situation is common. Even if you're not a celebrity or political figure, I have seen it with with teachers meeting their emotionally cruel dad, or mom after years, or entrepreneurs whose business takes off, they are now embraced. Okay, by a parent or family, here's the thing that's not real love and respect. Meghan's father made it known how he views his child and also his children and grandchildren. He has 3 children, but exploit his relationship with the most successful one. That's spot on. Okay, he has multiple grandchildren and various ages, but none of them has even talked or have a relationship with him. But Archie is important. He goes to the media and plays victim. He talks about one incident, but it is not one incident. It's multiple incidents. It's multiple conversations. This was a survey. This was a journey. And for anyone to tell the child that she's supposed to accept whatever the parent gives her. Okay, I hear or read things such as Meghan should reach out to her father and apologize. That was in quote. You only have one father, or she can't be grieving because her father is alive. Anyone that has emotional or physical abusive parents understand that kind of grief or loss. Okay, you went through so much, you are grieving. You're grieving over the loss of a relationship and idea. You're grieving over true trust loss. You're in my eyes start acting. You're in so much pain, and to add insult to injury, you have people tell you how you're supposed to feel and your duty as a child. But what happened? What people don't understand, you did your duty. You work hard, living your own life. You learn to love yourself and your family and community. Parents give you life to live. Okay, this is the thing when I said, okay, as soon as you leave your mother's womb, you're on your own. Okay, so it's up to the parents to shape you to, to be a better citizen, to a better version of yourself. So this is it here. Okay, and it's their job to protect that. There it is. Okay, and if the worst thing the child asks is to not talk to the very people that is making their life a living hell, you do it. That's all she asks. No comment and leave it alone. Okay, but not once or twice, but for years, she has to sit and watch her father and his kids exploit her silence to gain attention and money, saying things that are untrue or incredibly cruel. Okay, I don't know anyone who will not feel impacted mentally by watching your family essentially manipulate your vulnerability for their own advantage. So stop telling children, adult or minor, to accept abuse or unhealthy behavior. Okay? If anything, support their own journey for a more mentally healthy life and comfortable with their life, and reflect on your life for you to tell anyone what they should do with their own relationship. All right, your mental health is as important as your physical health. She was spot on. I didn't read all of this. I actually thought it was just this part. This one caught my attention for me to share, and then come to find out there's more to it. She said it very well. Okay, well said, sis. Well said. I need to read this morning. Okay, well said. Can you imagine doing something like that to my child? Going to your parents should be your safe place for comfort. That's right. Okay, they're not going to always tell you what I want to hear, but they have your back. If these people then hate Meghan so much, they will admit Tom is toxic. Agree with everything you said. The worst pain is family betrayal. That's right. Harry and Meghan, they experience both kind of betrayal from their family in different ways. And this is why I think that's going to make them very good parents, and they will stick together. We prayed for that because of their experience. All right, thank God Miss Doria is there to be the backbone for both of them, I believe. That's my humble opinion. Okay, I'm not the fly on their walls. Okay, here. I never forgive or forget how my mother physically abused me to the point of my relative made fun of me. What? I'm sorry to hear that. Calling me simpleton throughout my young years until I was 18 years old and left home and country. Wow. I still find it hard in a group of people and panic. Wow. This comment in here. See, this hug is for you, okay? Through watching what has happened to Meghan, I told my children that if I ever become the toxic in their lives, that they not think twice to cut me out, and that I hope will help them set the tone for endurance of toxic things. No one should have to endure what is killing them. That is true. Okay, a toxic parent doesn't love you. It's just want to manipulate you and to giving up your own well-being for them. A toxic parent will trash you to everyone who will listen for sympathy. A toxic parent thinks just because you were born into that family, you owe them. I have a toxic parent. Wow. See, this is the conversation that brings out of all of this. Okay, I do too. What you said is exactly how one of my parents behaved. Thank God I have a loving one. Okay, you better preach up in here. You better preach up in here. It's like, tell your story. I went no contact with both last year. It was hard. I still grieve, but my spirit is healing, and I look forward to the day I don't have that tiny pain in my heart. And that's the thing, when they make you feel guilty for things that they done to you. My goodness. It's like the people are laughing. Wow, this is the one great and insightful. Thank you. Sometimes, there are things you share on social media that's, open. Like when you're in a group, a positive and informative group like this one, it's good to share certain experiences. That way it opens some other people's eyes. All right, instead of if you're going through it alone, you will think you're doing something bad. So these are people who have similar experiences in different ways, different branches. They're sharing their experiences that way, to make you think about your own life. Okay, how you should move forward with it. All right, and certain way to move away from the toxic way. Okay, what is so hurtful to Meghan about her father is he was such a good father to her when she was young. Okay, even me, when I was doing the book review, I was like, what went wrong? Because I felt like he was a good father. Okay, there's this here. Okay, paying for her private school and exposing her to acting. She is such a hard worker and took advantage of every opportunity. He should have been as proud and loyal and protective as her mom. Okay, toxic people will make you feel like you are holding a grudge when you are holding a boundary. Read that again. Okay, I cut my toxic emotionally and mentally negligent biological father out of my life 30 years ago and never looked back. From time to time, my paternity family will reach out to me on social media to demand I have a relationship with him because he's my father. I cut them off too. There was, something happened between me and my dad where I used to call him, see how he's doing and things like that. I'm not going to go in full detail, but in one of our conversations, he seemed like, when I call him, the last time I call him, he passed away now, but the last time I call him, and when he picked up the phone, he was like, oh, I thought you were mad at me, and this and that. And then that part only. It was just regular conversation. This is what I'm telling you guys. I'm really open. Very rarely I get really upset about things. I forgot what was the conversation prior to that last phone call. But I called him again just to see how he's doing. So he thought I would hold grudge against him. So when he told me that, the first thing that crossed my mind, I don't think he took my phone call as genuine, because I think I was the only one who had been calling him. He had 3 kids, same mother, same father. Okay, I was the only one calling him to see how he's doing. And when he told me that, like I would be mad at him, and I realized, I think he thinks that I'm calling him because of his wealth. Okay, my father was very, very rich. He has a lot of properties, this and that. All right. So when he said that, I was like, I don't want him to think that I'm calling him so he could leave, wealth for me and things like that. I was literally calling him to see how he was doing. And then this is, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a time where I said, when you are in your deep thought, you talk to God, this is where he listens to you, he brings truth to you. I told myself that, okay, this will be, I didn't tell him that, but I told myself that I'm not going to call him again, but I will be there for him if he need medicine, if he need anything, money or whatever it may be. Oh my God, God didn't take too long to answer my prayer. Not that I wanted him to be in a position where he will need medicine. I don't know, maybe a couple months later, I found out something happened to him. I had to send medicine. And when he passed, it's me and my sister who bury him. I wasn't able to go where he's at because I didn't know up and down and stuff like that. So I made contact with true people. Okay? They were even asking me, they don't need money. And I was like, no, let's make a deal. Because with your effort, you'll be representing me, because even if I were to go over there, I won't even know how to go about, okay, because I don't know up and down. So I had to pay someone to bury him. Okay, so this is where God tested me and said, are you sure this is what you want? Okay, and this is exactly what I did. Okay, I will never forget this. Okay, that last phone call where he said, oh, I thought you'd be mad at me and this and that. And I was like, oh, does he think each time I call him is to secure for him to leave something on his will for me or something like that? I was like, nah, I'm not going to call him again. If he didn't take my phone call as genuine to see exactly, when I ask him, how you doing? Is everything okay? Are you eating? This and that? Do you need anything? Although I don't think he need anything from me, but that was the type of phone call I will call him almost every month. Okay? But that last phone call, he said that, and I made a promise to God. And then, long and behold, that's exactly what happened. All right, next tweet. This is my last one that I bookmarked. I don't think people realize how many Republicans are in California. Okay, so that's Chris Evan. Folks don't realize how conservative far-right San Francisco really is either, unless you're a non-white local, progressive in name and aesthetic only. So they say in California is looking aesthetic, but it's mostly, Republican there. Okay, remember there was a time I was talking about a lot of people are moving out of California. So this is the thing I'm a little bit afraid here, because I know California has a lot of conservative pretty much everywhere. Okay, the way Trump wanted the country to move forward, there's a lot of them, but it just happened that there's more people who don't have the mic pretty much, who's willing to sacrifice for themselves for democracy. All right, you see what went on January 6th. Okay, too many, but thankfully we outnumbered them. All right, so we have to be careful. A lot of them are moving out. Okay, the statistics are in 2020 in my home state, 24% of the electoral vote are Republican. That's it. What's interesting is that they all located in the Central Valley, aka Devin Nunes and Kevin McCarthy. All right. I always forget that there are Republicans in California. I mean, I obviously know that there are Republicans there. I just don't even think about them. They are there. I think the video, I'm not 100% sure, but there's a video that I talk about. I show where a lady threw a dog to a guy, a black guy. Okay, I think it was in California. I could be wrong. Okay, I think it was in California. Okay, once on a campaign kayaking trip with kids, river was so low, we finally decided to port out and had to cross to some land to get to the road. Deliverance come to mind. Scariest walk of my life. They sure don't. They aren't all white people neither, but folks aren't ready for that truth. All right, so there's going to be more comment. Okay? So I'm going to stop here. It's an hour and 12 minutes. I don't want to take all day editing today. All right, so I read 2 prayers within those tweets. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share.